Italian sculptor from Florence cast perhaps the first life-sized freestanding nude statue since classical antiquity, a bronze David. For 20 points, who was this sculptor?
Was it Cellini? It was Cellini.
Cellini?
Answer, please.
Cellini.
No, Donatello is the sculptor on that. Your next toss-up players, 25-point bonus at stake. Without touching a single piece, Cray Blitz won a special
Minnesota Marta.
It's a computerized chess machine.
A computer, yeah, a computer battle, and Cray Blitz won. Another bonus for Minnesota. The current and Fifth Republic of France has had 4 presidents for 5 points each, or 25 points for all 4. Name them, and I'll accept 4 answers only.
Go ahead, Mark.
De Gaulle, Pompidou, Giscard d'Estaing, and Mitterrand.
That's it. That's all 4, 25 points. Here's your next toss-up. This dry, barren desert world is the 3rd planet in the Canopus system. For 10 points.
Princeton, Larac.
Dune. Dune is right, yes, and Princeton has a 20-point bonus coming. Even your doctor will agree with this folk wisdom, I would think. Laughter is the best medicine. And though this editor's crippling disease baffled...
Norman Cousins.
Norman Cousins, yes. We'll give you that. That's the answer. 20 points. And on we go to another toss-up. Sheer moonstruck lunacy, wrote the London Morning Chronicle's book reviewer, and some other critics were equally harsh. But the reading public has obviously disagreed. For 10 points, identify this 1851 Melville classic.
Minnesota Marta.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick is the right answer. This versatile Russian composer created more than 100 works, including symphonies, operas, ballets, and one polka for an elephant. For 20 points, who wrote The Rite of Spring?
Yeah.
Answer, please.
Stravinsky.
Igor Stravinsky is right. Next toss-up for a 30-point bonus. Me like a Mupop, chanted the joyous crowd to the visiting dignitary. For 10 points, who are these New Guinea tribesmen?
Minnesota Molinar.
Sorry.
Time.
There's a 5-point penalty. I'll finish the question.
Princeton, Larac.
The Pope.
They were greeting the Pope in Pidgin English, yes. All right, 30-point bonus now. You'll have to listen carefully for this. It will sound familiar, but you can name this work and its composer. 10 points for the name of the work, 20 points for the composer's name. Listen.
Rimsky-Korsakov, The Flight of the Bumblebee.
That's it for 30 points. Another toss-up coming. A teaspoon of sugar doesn't weigh much, but one kind of celestial object is...
Princeton, Blaine.
Neutron star.
No, it's a 5-point penalty. I'll finish the question. Is so heavy that a single teaspoon of it would weigh billions of tons. For 10 points, identical super-dense flashing neutron...
Minnesota Marta.
Pulsars.
Pulsars is the right answer. Here's your bonus. Most people think of the Alps as lying only in Switzerland and its neighbors. Not so these other Alps. For 15 points apiece, in what country would you find the Transylvanian Alps?
Romania.
Romania's right. The Dinaric Alps.
Bulgaria.
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 No, that's Yugoslavia, but 15 points for that bonus you attained, and here's the whistle. That's it. The game is over. We'll validate the scores. Dr. Artie? It is official. The final score is University of Minnesota 165, Princeton 105. And that means Minnesota, you will be going on to compete in tonight's championship finals. That's going to come up a little later. You have a chance to relax or fall down or whatever you would like to do. Princeton, you put up a great fight, and to get this far in this competition is really a tribute to you. You've won a $2,500 scholarship for your school. Congratulations on that. All of the scholarships awarded tonight have been furnished by NBC to the College Bowl Scholarship Foundation. So again, congratulations for making it to the semifinals. Hope to see you back next year. Now, in just a few moments, we will start our second semifinal match. And of course, the winner of that will come back to play University of Minnesota tonight for the national championship. So don't you dare go away. Starting last week and throughout the year, hundreds of colleges and universities from coast to coast have been competing in regional tournaments on the road to tonight's national championships. Last week, Pan Am helped fly our College Bowl regional teams here to battle it out on the Ohio State campus. Teams from all over the country came to Columbus just for this special event. And every one of them will take back a scholarship for its school. And of the 16 teams that qualified, 12 were eliminated in the preliminary matches, leaving, of course, the 4 teams competing on the air tonight. And those 4 teams are Princeton, the University of Minnesota, whom you met, And you'll also see Vassar and Washington University in St. Louis, who will be playing next. All of the students were housed at the Holiday Inn in Columbus, which also furnished facilities for the preliminary games. Now, for some of the players, the school year, of course, is already over, and this competition was a challenging way to start the summer. Others will be going back to campus first thing tomorrow morning to get ready for final exams. What they all have in common is that they are terrific at College Bowl. That's a game that began long before any of these varsity scholars were born. And we're proud that this year, our host school is Ohio State.
The Ohio State University is a special blend of ivy-covered tradition and innovation. A major land-grant university in the heart of Ohio, it's the choice of 57,000 students, including more than 300 National Merit Scholars. It's challenging young people and forging new frontiers. Teaching, research, and public service, the Ohio State way.
Thanks again, Ohio State. We've had a terrific week here on campus.
We'll be right back with Vassar and Washington in our second semifinal game. Don't go away.
Half-price menswear sale at Sears. Tailored four-piece suits, jacket, vest, 2 pairs of pants, choice of colors and patterns, now half price. One suit does it all. Solid colors for dress-up, contrasting pants for casual, reversible vest for in-between, perma-pressed summer shirts, choice of colors, half price. Comfortable, easy flex slip-on shoes, half price. You're looking good.
There's more for your life
And it's all half price.
at Sears.
If you want to buy a phone, it's cheaper than AT&T.
What you really need is cheap long distance.
And of course, our business systems are cheaper than AT&T.
You won't get anything this cheap from AT&T.
Everyone's saying they're cheaper than AT&T, but nobody's saying they're better. All they can say is that they're cheaper, to which we say, you get what you pay for.
Dad's bringing home McDonald's.
Oh, not Dad. He always eats the fries before he gets home.
I heard that.
Fries so crispy and light.
I can wait.
Gotta get 'em out of my sight. The front seat,
I can see him.
the back seat.
I can smell him.
I think I know a place that's right. Can't wait for those fries.
Put him in the trunk.
French fries, McDonald's and you.
And welcome back to College Bowl Live. And now, let's meet the teams for tonight's second semifinal. First, from Vassar College in Poughkeepsie, New York.
My name is Mike Church. I'm a senior English major from Woodstock, New York.
I'm Charles Sperling. I'm a senior and a history major from Woodmere, New York.
My name is David Thaler. I'm a senior biopsychology major from Highland, Maryland.
My name's Derek Wallentinson. I'm a junior studying astronomy and physics from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And from Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm Kate Toomey, a junior English literature major from Columbus, Ohio.
My name's Andy Zupan. I'm a senior in biology from Columbus, Ohio.
My name's Mike Cadwallader. I'm a junior, a math and economics major from Indianapolis, Indiana.
My name's Stephen Beach. I'm a sophomore math major from Columbus, Ohio.
All right, thank you, teams. Good luck. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to our match here, and let's hear a whistle. Was there a whistle? Oh, there's so much noise. There it is, another whistle. Here's your first toss-up.
Good luck.
America's a union of states, Canada of provinces. For 10 points, what nation's a union of 23 cantons?
Washington, Zupan.
That would be Switzerland.
That would be right, yes. All right, 30-point bonus coming up. Almost 30 years after his death, James Dean is still a cult figure. Yet he made only 3 movies. For 5 points, name 1. For 15 points, name 2. Or 30 points for all 3. And I'll take your first 3 answers only.
We have Rebel Without a Cause, we have East of Eden, and we have Giant.
And you have 30 points. All right, another 30-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. Jose Napoleon Duarte was elected president of El Salvador earlier this month. For 10 points, who was his opponent?
Washington, Cadwallader.
D'Aubusson.
D'Aubusson is absolutely right. 30 points are yours now. If you can name this U.S. president after the first clue, 20 points after the second, or 10 points after all 3 clues. First, he was promoted to a lieutenant colonel at 21, then to colonel while in his early 20s.
Eisenhower.
Nope. Second clue, he was neither a Democrat nor a Republican.
Washington.
Taylor.
No, your third clue. His promotion to General of the Armies came in 1976, 177 years after his death.
Washington.
That would be right, and that's 10 points. You got it on the third clue. 3 minutes left as we go to another toss-up. In this tragic novel, Robert Jordan, an American teacher...
Vassar Sperling.
Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls.
That is not correct. 5-point penalty will expire. Let me finish it here. An American teacher volunteers to aid the Spanish loyalists in their fight against the fascist rebels. For 10 points, name the Hemingway novel.
Washington, Toomey.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yes, and when you ring in on a toss-up, you have to answer immediately. All right, another 20-point bonus coming up here for Washington. A Soviet-guided missile destroyer recently attracted U.S. attention when it sailed through the Windward Passage toward Central America. For 10 points apiece, what 2 nations sit on opposite sides of the Windward Passage?
Cuba and the U.S. We have Cuba and the U.S.
Cuba and Haiti, actually. So half of it again. You get 10 points for that bonus. Another toss-up coming teams. The Pittsburgh Pirates thought he was a hot prospect if he improved his hitting, but as a politician, he's been a big hit. For 10 points, who is this leader of the Empire State?
Washington, Cadwallader.
Mario Cuomo.
He is the governor, and that's correct. All right, this next bonus is a visual bonus, so watch your screen, players. He may be celebrating or he may be ridiculing American middle-class values by erasing the distinction between popular and high culture. For 25 points, which pop artist executed this portrait of Marilyn Monroe?
Andy Warhol.
Yes, that is right. Toss-up for 20-point bonus. Though he won a Nobel Prize for Literature, one of his great passions was mathematics, and his work in that...
Washington, Zupan.
Russell.
Bertrand Russell, yes, you did it. All right, your bonus. Occasionally, nations, like people, change their names. Iran, for example, used to be known as Persia. For 20 points, by what name was Iran known before it was called Persia?
Ionia.
Oddly enough, it was Iran again. Nothing for that bonus. Here we go to a toss-up. One president, Abraham Lincoln, and 4 vice presidents, Richard Johnson, John...
Washington, Cadwallader.
They're from Kentucky.
They sure are. Stevenson and Alvin Barkley. Another bonus for 15 points each. Name the major 20th century black American author who wrote first the 1940 novel Native Son.
Richard Wright.
Yes, now the 1955 essay collection Notes of a Native Son.
James Baldwin.
30 points for that bonus. About 30 seconds left. Here's your toss-up. In a last request, he instructed a friend to burn all his writing.
Vassar Sperling.
Franz Kafka.
Yes, they were not burned, happily. And now you have a bonus coming up. A visual bonus. Watch your screens. Dogs are classified into 6 groups: working, hound, toy, sporting, non-sporting, and terrier. For 5 points, which group includes the Irish setter?
Sporting.
That's right. A collie.
Terrier.
No, whippet.
Sporting.
No, it's the hound. And that's as far as we get. We stop at the bonus. You get 1 for 5 points for that. That's the first half whistle. And our score after the first half is Washington U 165 and Vassar 10. We have seen things turn around very quickly here on College Bowl, so we'll see what happens. Before we play that second half, though, it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce a man who, better than anyone, can tell us about this program and its 3 decades. Former College Bowl host and moderator emeritus, you might say, Mr. Robert Earl. Welcome him, please. Bob.
Thank you, Pat. 30 years ago, on October 10th, 1953, an NBC radio announcer stepped up to a microphone and said, "It's time to match wits with the champions." The varsity competition that was about to begin became one of the most popular intercollegiate games in radio and television history. In those early days, College Bowl MC Alan Ludden tossed up questions from an NBC studio in New York, and the 2 competing teams supplied the answers from makeshift studios right on their own campuses. Listen.
Radio City, New York, is your master of the quiz, Alan Ludden.
Hi there, everybody. It's good to have you with us for another intercollegiate battle of the brains. Now, let's get along with the game and meet the teams. First, let's go far above Cayuga's waters to the campus of Cornell University in Ithaca, New York, where Joel Marinas, the station WSYR Syracuse, will referee for Cornell. Now let's move across for another WSYR man and a good station at WSYR. Bob Whitney, again, is standing by to referee for the Colgate University team.
For the first time ever, College Bowl introduced the toss-up and a lockout system. So when a player hit a button, even thousands of miles away, it activated a light in the Radio City studio in New York and made it impossible for the other team's light to flash. Later, on network television, Alan Ludden continued to host the weekly games.
Point coming up. Here's your toss-up. Strelka and Belka were dogs. Abel and Baker were monkeys. For 10 points, what are Sally and...
Colorado College, Greening.
They are the three mice that went up into the air. Sally, Amy, Mo are mice, and that's the answer. Okay. All right, here you go, Colorado.
In 1962, I took over as moderator, and I have many wonderful memories of College Bowl in those days. On one particular program, the women from a small school in Georgia called Agnes Scott College took on the mighty men of Princeton. Here's how that game ended.
CA laid the basis for the formulation of the law of the conservation of matter. For 10 points, who is said to have formulated the law of conservation of mass and energy?
Agnes Scott Butler.
Einstein. It was Einstein. 10 points, and here's the bonus. Bucephalus and Roan Barbary were steeds. For 20 points, what were Balmung and Durandal?
Swords.
Yes, swords belonging to Siegfried and Roland. That's it. Time's up. The game is over. We'll validate the final score, and in a moment, announce the winner and award the scholarship grants.
For the Agnes Scott team, that victory was even sweeter because they had beaten a powerful Princeton team. During the 70s, Art Fleming hosted the show, and in 1977, an intramural, intercollegiate, and national championship competition began, officially sanctioned by the Association of College Unions International and its nearly 1,000 college and university members. Every year, tens of thousands of games are played on campuses in all 50 states. College Bowl has won every major award, including the Emmy. The program has been entered into the congressional record as entertainment at its best, and it's the only game ever to win the Peabody Award for outstanding achievement in entertainment and education. And for many years, it's been seen in England, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. It's a real privilege for me to be a part of this 30th anniversary celebration of the varsity sport of the mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. All right, it is now time for the second half of our semifinal round here. And remember, right after this game, the winner will play the University of Minnesota for the 1984 College Bowl National Championship. Good luck, players. Here we go. Your toss-up. Americans have won only 9 of the 81 Nobel Prizes for literature, but have done much better in another Nobel category, winning 12 of the 20 prizes awarded.
Washington.
Economics. Economics is the category, yes. Good start. In 1969, it was renamed the Internal Security Committee, and in 1975, it was abolished. For 20 points, name this controversial committee that helped make Richard Nixon famous.
House Un-American Activities Committee.
Exactly right. 20 points for that. Toss-up playing for a 20-pointer again. Purged in the mid-60s, rehabilitated in 1973.
Washington Beach.
Dong.
Deng Xiaoping, yes. Deng is acceptable, and we move on with another 20-point bonus. This native New Yorker with a Spanish surname served for about 21 years as Prime Minister and for 14 years as President of the Republic of Ireland, which he helped create. For 20 points, who is this great Irish patriot?
Answer.
Nope, Eamon de Valera is who we're looking for, and nothing for that bonus. Another toss-up coming for a 30-point bonus this time. A Quiet Place, which premiered last year in Houston, is a sequel to its composer's earlier opera, Trouble in Tahiti. For 10 points, name the composer.
Vassar, Church.
George Gershwin.
No. Can you take it,
Washington Beach.
Kurt Weill.
No, it's Leonard Bernstein. Nothing for that. Still playing for a 30-point bonus. Here's another toss-up. It was formed in September of 1980, suspended in December of 1981, and abolished in 1982 when it went underground. For 10 points, name the short-lived...
Vassar, Thaler.
Solidarity.
Solidarity, yes, that's right, Vassar. Here's that 30-point bonus we've been looking for. Tom Paine produced The Age of Reason in the 1790s. For 10 points each, what 20th century writers have produced the 1920 novel The Age of Innocence?
Edith Wharton.
Correct. The long 1948 poem, The Age of Anxiety.
Auden.
Auden is right, you got it. The 1977 economic work, The Age of Uncertainty.
Galbraith.
John Kenneth Galbraith, got them all. An important 30 points for you. Another toss-up now and another 30-point bonus at stake. His latest work encompasses 7 centuries of history in fictional form and has been on the New York Times.
Vassar Sperling.
Michener.
James Michener. The book was Poland we were going for, and the author we're looking for, and you got it. Here's your bonus for 30 points. The Department of the Treasury runs the U.S. Secret Service. You'll earn 30 points for naming this other cabinet department after 1 clue, 20 points after 2, 10 after 3. First, it runs the United States Maritime Administration.
Transportation.
That's not right. It runs the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
Interior.
No, your third clue. It also runs the Bureau of the Census.
Postmaster.
No, it's Department of Commerce. Nothing for that bonus. Sorry about that. Here's another toss-up. Queen of Troy, wife of Priam.
Washington Beach.
Helen.
No, 5-point penalty. And mother of Hector, Paris, Cassandra.
Vassar Sperling.
Hecuba.
Hecuba is right. And you have another chance for a 30-point bonus here. Wendell Willkie was the Republican candidate for president in 1940, and Alexander Woollcott was a well-known wit and journalist of the 30s and 40s. Otherwise, they had little in common except difficult-to-spell last names. So for 10 points each, spell Willkie.
Answer, please.
W-I-L-K-E and W-O-O-L-C-O-T-T.
Nope, neither one is correct. We needed another L in Woollcott and Willkie. There were several letters misplaced, and we won't go over them. We'll save time and go to the next toss-up. Tennis, anyone? Since 1975, the United States has won the Davis Cup 5 times, but each of its losses in those years was to the same country.
Washington Cadwallader.
Australia.
No, 5-point penalty. I'll finish the question. For 10 points, identify that tennis.
Vassar Thaler.
France.
No, Argentina couldn't do that. Still playing for a 20-point bonus. Another toss-up. The United States says it owns it. Canada says it owns a little less than half of it. This maritime controversy has gone to the World Court. For 10 points, what is the name of this disputed bank?
Washington Cadwallader.
The Grand Banks.
No, that's not right. Can you take it back?
Vassar Wallentinson.
Newfoundland.
That's the George's Bank. Still going for that 20-point bonus. Another toss-up. An Irish orphan meets a Tibetan lama, and time is up. The game is over. We're validating the scores. And we're getting a nod. The final score, Washington University in St. Louis, 195, Vassar 70. That is the final. That makes Washington U the winner. Congratulations to you. Vassar, you have gone through a lot to get here. And you should be proud of that. You're taking back to your school that $2,500 scholarship. Congratulations on that. And of course to Washington U in St. Louis. You've done quite well. You'll be facing University of Minnesota in tonight's championship finals. And it should be a great game from what we've seen so far. I am looking forward to it. And we'll be back to start it right after these words.
Introducing Macintosh. It does all the things you'd expect a business, a lot of things you wouldn't expect a business computer to do. And it does some things no other business computer has ever done before. Of course, to do all this, you will have to learn to do this. Macintosh, the computer for the rest of us.
I believe in how I feel is largely how I think. I believe how I look is what I eat and drink. I believe in Crystal Light because I believe in me.
New Crystal Light drink mix is sweetened a whole new way. There's no sugar, no saccharin, and no saccharin aftertaste. All these natural flavors taste so terrific.
It's hard to believe there's only 4 calories to a glass.
I believe in Crystal Light because I believe in me.
Stay tuned as Washington and Minnesota go for the College Bowl National Championship.
Friday, it's summer loving, summer funnin', and summer action in the movie that's so hot you can get a tan just by watching it. It's Summer Fantasy Fridays. Join Bob Hope, Brooke Shields, Mr. T, Johnny Cash, June Carter, David Letterman, John Ritter, and the boxing showdown of the century at the New Orleans World's Fair. Monday.
Is it Memorial Day so soon?
Campo's blockbuster sale is so big, it takes days.
I've seen Memorial Day sales before.
Have you seen a 5-hour beta recorder for $2.99?
Is that a new low price?
It's a Sanyo, or take your pick of RCA, Panasonic, or Philco. These VHS recorders are $388, and they have remote control.
The Giant's going to hammer the competition.
Oh, my blockbuster sale is going to crack prices right down the middle.
Campo, the appliance giant.
Thousands of state teachers rally at the state capitol. We'll have the story at 10.
Now let's get back to College Bowl, where Washington and Minnesota are about to play for the championship.
Well, two outstanding teams have made it to the finals, so let's meet them once more. University of Minnesota will ask you to introduce yourselves.
Mark Lacey.
Mark Molinar. Barney Haddon. I'm an alternate for Tina Carlson.
Matt Marta.
All right, and Washington, you?
Kate Toomey.
Andy Zupan. Mike Cadwallader.
Steve Beach.
Okay, good luck to both these teams as we begin the game that will determine the 1984 College Bowl National Championship. And here's the first toss-up. Local residents were calling it one of the biggest things that ever happened to Fairbanks, as this city of 22,000 virtually doubled its population overnight. For 10...
Washington Beach.
The Alaska Oil Pipeline.
No, a 5-point penalty. I'll finish the question for Minnesota. For 10 points, what newsworthy meeting attracted so many visitors there?
Minnesota, Marta.
The President and the Pope.
Yes, that's right. Your bonus. Considered one of the ablest diplomats of this century, he's outlasted 5 U.S. presidents, 6 secretaries of state, and 6 American ambassadors to Moscow. For 25 points, who is this longtime Soviet ambassador to the United States?
Gromyko.
No, that is not correct. It is Anatoly Dobrynin. And we go to another toss-up question. This 19th century Massachusetts woman helped found the National Women's Suffrage Association in 1869.
Washington Toomey.
Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
No, a 5-point penalty. I'll finish it. And later was arrested for attempting to vote. For 10 points.
Minnesota Hatton.
Susan B. Anthony.
That is the lady, yes. All right, another bonus opportunity for you. Ever since Aristophanes' The Wasps and the Frogs, playwrights have been writing dramas with animals in the title. I'll name 3 such plays. For 10 points each, tell us who wrote them. First, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Tennessee Williams.
Yes. The Hairy Ape.
Eugene O'Neill.
Eugene O'Neill.
Rhinoceros.
UNESCO.
UNESCO is right, and you got all 3. 30 points. Next toss-up. 2 giant publishers were victims of a colossal hoax last year.
Minnesota Hatton.
The Hitler Diaries.
That's what they thought they had. That's right.
Just leave it.
Another 30-point bonus. Canadians and Americans have many things in common, including a common border. For 10 points each, what is the only Canadian province which borders both Montana and Saskatchewan?
Alberta.
That's correct. Minnesota and Manitoba.
Saskatchewan.
Answer, please.
Ontario.
Ontario's right. Maine and Quebec.
Nova Scotia.
New Brunswick. Yeah, that's 2 out of 3. 20 points for that. And we go to another toss-up, playing for a 20-point bonus. You may not remember who finished 7th in last week's Preakness, but if you remember the winner of this month's Kentucky Derby...
Washington Cadwallader. Time.
Time's up. 5-point penalty. I'll finish it.
Minnesota Marta.
Swale.
I don't have to finish it. That's the horse. All right, another bonus. This is a visual bonus here, so do be looking at your screens. The Great Seal of the United States contains a number of logos and symbols relating to the nation. For 10 points apiece, what 2 symbols does the bald eagle hold in its talons?
We don't have a visual.
There are no visuals, Pat.
All right, shall we go to the other? We'll move on to the next bonus. We go on to our next bonus question. This is a 25-point bonus. Here's a test of your gamesmanship. You'll need pencil and paper now. Take the total number of dots on a pair of dice. Subtract the number of players each team sends out on the field in a professional football game. Multiply by the number of squares on a checkerboard. Now look at your numerical answer and tell us for 25 points where the Winter Olympics were held that year.
Lake Placid.
No, Sarajevo. Your answer would have been 1984. Don't boo, folks. All right, here's your next toss-up. We've all heard that what goes up must come down. But on June 13th, 1983, our Space Probe Pioneer 10 disproved that, doing something that no other...
Minnesota Marta.
It left the solar system.
It did, went beyond all the planets. 30-point bonus coming up. Edward Stratmeyer was a man of many talents and many names. He was also one of the most popular American writers. For 10 points each, what popular young heroine did Stratmeyer create under the pen name of Carolyn Keene?
Answer, please.
Sorry. Nancy Drew. What group of young heroes did he create under the pen name of Arthur M. Winfield?
Hardy Boys.
Oh, wrong boys, Rover Boys. Finally, what famous twins did he create under the name of Laura Lee Hope?
Bobbsey twins.
Those were the Bobbseys, yes. 10 points for that bonus. Next toss-up coming for a 25-point bonus. He could be considered the first special delivery mailman because it was he who personally delivered God's message to Mary.
Minnesota Marta.
Gabriel.
That she was about to give birth. Yes, Gabriel. We have a visual. Is that all set?
No visuals, Pat.
No visuals? All right, we'll move on. This is a 30-point bonus. You'll earn 30 points for naming this person after the first clue, 20 points after the second, 10 after the third. He is the only person in U.S. history to serve as both Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense.
Time.
Marshall.
Marshall is right. General George C. Marshall got them all. 30 points on the first clue. Another toss-up for another 30-pointer with less than a minute left. Cecil B. DeMille was Anthony Quinn's. Thomas Mann was W.H. Auden's. And Franz Liszt was Richard Wagner's. For 10 points...
Washington Toomey.
Father-in-law.
Yes, they were all father-in-law. That's correct. Okay. Doctors may be notorious for writing badly, but a few have become great authors. For 15 points each, identify these doctors turned writers. First, after his medical internship, he turned to literature and completed the play Lady Frederick and the novel Cakes and Ale.
Mom.
Somerset Maugham. Turning in his scalpel for a pen after receiving his medical certificate in 1815, he composed the poems Hyperion, The Eve of St. Mark, and The Eve of St. Agnes.
That's John Keats.
It is. John Keats, 30 points for that bonus. A 20-pointer coming up. The Destroying Angel, the Devil's that's Boletus, the Fly Agaric. Well, it didn't matter. It was a long question. Never would have made it. The whistle blew, and that means that this half of our final game is over. Our halftime score, is this score correct, Judge? It is. University of Minnesota 150, Washington University in St. Louis 25. One of these two teams is closer than ever to being the College Bowl champion for this year. Come on back.
Washington and Minnesota will be right back to finish the championship match on College Bowl.
You'll find great savings on just about everything you need for painting at Sears Great American Memorial Day Paint Sale. Save $7 to $8 on Sears Easy Living Interior Satin Flat and Weather Beater Exterior Flat. On sale now for just $8.99 and $9.99 a gallon. Save 20 to 50% on items like an airless sprayer, paint brushes, and Sears Best Paint Rollers. All at the Memorial Day Paint Sale.
There's more for your life
On sale now.
at Sears.
It did fool me. I would have sworn that it was sugar gum.
Tastes so good.
I was surprised that this was Trident sugarless gum.
Taste the one.
It's a long-lasting flavor.
Taste the one that'll win you over to sugarless gum.
4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
Trident sugarless gum has a great taste. It wouldn't hurt my teeth.
Taste the one that'll win you over to sugarless gum.
I think it's outstanding. Sometimes when I'm blue, I stop a while and think of you. With your button fly Levi's 501 jeans, how good it seems. Your jeans string to you, and it makes me smile to think what you do. In your personal fit, Levi's button fly 501 blue.
It takes good people to save lives. Dedicated people willing to sacrifice a lot. The people of St. Elsewhere. Let them share their lives with you tonight.
Thursday, Nell's bound for love when girls' night out leads to a wild romance on Give Me a Break. Then Alex goes to jail for equal rights.
I am a woman.
But will hard times in the slammer turn into good times for Alex on Family Ties?
Thursday. Don't miss it. It'll be a crime.
Last half, dig in teams, good luck to you. We have a whistle? I thought so. Here's your toss-up. Lord Byron wrote about him in Don Juan, and John...
Washington, Zupan.
Child Herald.
No, 5-point penalty. And John Filson recounted his exploits in the discovery, settlement, and present state of Kentucky. For 10 points, who is this famous frontiersman and Indian fighter?
Minnesota Hatton.
Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone is right. That gives you a shot at a 20-point bonus. Dorothy Parker wrote, "Guns aren't lawful, nooses give, gas smells awful, you might as well live." Certain fictional characters have not heeded her advice. For 5 points apiece, how did each of these title heroines do themselves in? Madame Bovary.
Answer, please.
Gas.
Poison. Hedda Gabler.
Shot herself.
Yes. Anna Karenina.
Answer, please.
Poison.
Jumped in front of a train. She may have been poisoned at the time. Maggie, a girl of the streets.
Answer, please.
That's it. Time's up. 1 on that. She was drowned, by the way. 5 points for that bonus question. Your next toss-up for a 30-point bonus. In 24 books, it relates years of travel and travail. Among its many characters are Princess Nausicaa, Calypso, Poseidon.
Minnesota Marta.
The Odyssey.
Odyssey is correct, yes. 30-point bonus coming up. The United States leads the world in the production of electricity by atomic power, generating more than the next 3 nations combined. For 10 points each, what are these next 3 nations in nuclear-powered electricity? I'll accept only 3 answers.
France, USSR, and Germany? Yeah, West Germany. Yeah.
Answer, please.
France, the USSR, and West Germany.
No, the third was Japan, but you have 20 points for that bonus. Here's your next toss-up for a 20-point bonus. For centuries, it was a closely guarded secret and was used only by nobility. For 10 points, what was this precious product of Chinese sericulture?
Minnesota Marta.
China.
No, that's not right. Can you take it, Washington?
Washington Beach.
Silk.
Silk is the correct answer. 10 points. Here's your bonus. You don't have to be a composer to compose sonatas. For 10 points each, what great writer composed the Kreutzer Sonata in 1889?
Answer, please.
We have Gorky.
We can't accept, it was Tolstoy. The Ghost Sonata, 1907.
Answer, please.
Oh, Henry.
No, this was Strindberg, Johann August Strindberg. All right, your next toss-up. When completed, it will constitute the largest electronic dictionary in existence. For 10 points, which massive text associated with Sir James Murray will be...
Washington Beach.
Oxford English Dictionary.
That's right, will be used as its database. 30-point bonus. The New Yorker critic called it far-fetched nonsense, but it withstood the test of time, and this 1958 Hitchcock film is now enjoying a revival. For 10 points, name this movie which dealt with high anxiety.
Vertigo.
That's right. And for another 10 points, who played the ex-detective afraid of heights?
James Stewart.
10 more if you could tell me who played his lady love.
Who?
Answer, please.
Greer Garson?
Nope, Kim Novak. 20 points for that bonus, though. You missed just the last part. Your toss-up for a 20-point bonus, jazz great Thelonious S. Monk was anything but a square. Even...
Washington Beach.
Bebop.
No, 5-point penalty. I'll finish it. Even geometers would agree with that and would define his middle name as the 3-dimensional set of points equidistant from a given point. For 10 points, what is his unusual middle name?
Minnesota Marta.
Triangle.
No, S. Sphere is his middle name. And we're still playing for a 20-point bonus. Another toss-up now. The English country gentleman galloping after a fox is the unspeakable in full pursuit of the uneatable.
Washington Toomey.
Oscar Wilde.
That's one of the many things he said, yes. Your bonus, France has had a number of kings named Louis and several emperors named Napoleon. For 10 points apiece, which Louis has been given a royal number but never ruled as king?
17. Louis the 17th.
That's correct. Which Napoleon was given an imperial number but never ruled as emperor?
Napoleon II.
You got them both, 20 points. About 1:40 left. Here's your toss-up for a 20-point bonus. It is used to transfer photographs and voices over the phone, to weld car parts, attach retinas, and cut...
Washington Beach.
That's a laser.
It sure is, the laser beam, and that'll get you 10 points for that toss-up and a shot at a bonus. On April 25th, 1984, crowds battled police as dramatic increases in food prices caused rioting in this Caribbean country. For 20 points, identify this island nation.
Santo Domingo.
The Dominican Republic is the answer. Toss-up for a 25-point bonus. His wife was Linda. His sons were Biff and Happy.
Washington, Zupan.
That's The Salesman and Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller.
And that's wrong, a 5-point penalty. I'll finish it. He himself was anything but happy, so unhappy that he finally takes his own life. For 10 points, who is this Arthur Miller character?
Minnesota Marta.
No,
Time.
Willie Loman is the name we were looking for. Another toss-up coming for that 25-point bonus. The word is derived from the
Washington, Zupan.
Calculus. Calculus, yes. 25-point bonus for you. I love to write in dark colors about gut feelings, said this modern American composer lyricist to the New York Times. Send in the Clowns is one of his best-known songs. Sweeney Todd and Pacific Overtures are two of his hit musicals. For 25 points, name this reigning king of the musical theater.
Stephen Sondheim.
Sondheim is right. 30-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up. Its birthday was July 16th, 1945, in a remote southwestern desert. And though it took...
Washington Beach.
That's the H-bomb.
No, 5-point penalty. I'll finish it. And though it took no lives...
Minnesota Marta.
The atomic bomb.
The atomic bomb is what we had to have. And here's your 30-point bonus, Minnesota. And there's the whistle. The game is over. We are going to validate the scores and be right back to announce this year's College Bowl national champions.
Stay tuned for the exciting finale of the 1984 College Bowl.
This is a highly sophisticated business computer, and to use it, all you have to do is learn this. This is Macintosh from Apple, also a highly sophisticated business computer, and to use it, all you have to do is learn this. Now, you decide which one is more sophisticated. Macintosh, the computer for the rest of us.
There's something very special about the taste of 7-Up that's unlike any other soft drink. Maybe because 7-Up has no artificial flavor and no artificial color. Never had it, never will. And no caffeine. Never had it, never will. Whatever it is that makes 7-Up so refreshingly different, the other soft drinks never had it. Never will.
Play the Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom game. Details at 7-Up and Diet 7-Up displays.
This is America, spring of '84. Just 4 years ago, people were saying its problems were too big and too difficult to be handled by any one president. Yet today, jobs are coming back. Housing is coming back. Hope for the future is coming back. And isn't it interesting that no one anywhere is saying the job of president is too big for one person? President Reagan. He's doing what he was elected to do.
Thursday on Cheers.
Diane's friend wants me.
When Diane's best friend gets the hots for Sam, can she keep her cool? And on the Duck Factory...
Scandal brewing at local animation company.
It's an affair for an unlikely pair.
What?
Then Howard's exposed to the police corruption sting. Will it lead to tragedy?
Be there.
I'm Brian.
It is official. There it is. University of Minnesota, 205. Washington University in St. Louis, 120. Minnesota, you are the 1984 College Bowl champions. Congratulations. Now, I want you to know that all of you, all 8 of you, for getting into the finals will get a gold national championship ring, and you're going to enjoy that. And our runner-up team, of course, you folks from St. Louis, at the Washington University in St. Louis, I got it that time right, did beautifully, and you're going to enjoy this news. You're going to take back a $5,000 scholarship to your school. Congratulations. Now, so how'd it go? To our champions this year from the University of Minnesota, our hearty congratulations for coming out on top of an excellent field from all over the country, and this has been going on for a long time, and to get down to this group is really something, and to come out on top, you should all be congratulated. You are going to get a $20,000 scholarship for your school. That's good news. And again, I want to remind all of you that our scholarships are all furnished by NBC. Now, you think you can lift this? That's the big question here, because you are going to get permission and possession, permission to have possession of our symbol of their national championship. This is the College Bowl Founders Cup. Come on, somebody come over. I have a feeling you were going to volunteer. There it is, the champions. Congratulations. It has been a very exciting week and a great night of champions. Our thanks to everyone here at Ohio State, the Association of College Unions International, for their cooperation throughout the year. So good night, everyone, until next time when we match wits with the champions on College Bowl. Good night, all. Bye.
Crowd. Will she get support from home? Then on Double Trouble, Allison loses her heart to a handsome new guy, but she can't lose Kate. It's Triple Trouble on Double Trouble. Later, the dedicated people of St. Elsewhere share their lives with you. This is Mel Brandt speaking. College Bowl was created by Don Reed and is produced in association with Lorimar.
Saturday, it's an all-new High School USA.
I hate this job.
Where your favorite stars of the 50s teach the kids of the 80s.